So I'm just saying, that's the kind of stuff I see. That's the kind of stuff I see. And one of the biggest things that I see in marriage counseling is um total disrespect.
Yeah.
There's no boundary set when it comes to relationships and marriage. They just do whatever they do.
They
I,
poor communication skills.
exactly. They lack the communication skills, and they don't even want to learn the communication skills because they're so used to it, or they've seen dad mistreat mom, and they figure that's how it's supposed to be. Or the daughters see mom being mistreated, and they feel that they have to kind of kowtow to the man. It's all that kind of stuff, and that's not true. There is a man or a woman never has the right to take their anger out on another person. Now, I've said this before, is no matter what happens, you do not have the right to take your anger out on another person. What you do, if you do that, you're giving that person control over who you are. Can't nobody make you get that mad. Yeah, I know we say that as a metaphor and a figure of speech. Oh, he made me do this. Really? Did he make you do that, or that you didn't have the self control to do the right thing?
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I say this relationship thing and this marriage thing goes a little bit deeper than most people take it, because they don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
It takes work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He
So
didn't. He didn't make you go out there and scratch his car up with your key. He didn't make you do that. You chose to do that.
that's right. You chose to go key his car. He didn't make you do anything, because here's the caveat to that. If a person goes out and be with someone else, what what makes us think that that person still wants to be with us? What makes us think that? Oh,
You
he
talking,
still loves me, or
you
we
talking
got
about
kids together?
you talking about cheating?
Yeah, cheating.
I mean, yeah, people cheat and stay with each other.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how is that love though? How is cheating showing love?
Well, it's not showing love, but people do it and they stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Just dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, I mean, people. It's so many different lanes you can go down with cheating. I feel like people just maybe they. You know what? I don't have the answer. People cheat. That's what I don't have the answer for that. People cheat. They do what they do.
Mm-hmm. So here's my answer to that. Um, Mental health. When I say mental health has so many different faces, and you cannot put a number on the issues that causes a person to want to be with someone else and have someone at home.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many other things that are going on in that brain, to where you feel like, okay, I got someone here at home, and he's treating me like a king, like a queen, but then they're still not enough. So you're saying that everything that they're doing, that you ask them to do, that you want them to do, is still not enough for you. So what makes you think that you have the audacity to say you're not enough? So if they're not enough, why don't you just kind of pick up and leave? And I know it sounds easy when I say it like this, but I deal with this every week. I deal with clients like this every week. There's no excuse for you to stay in pain. That's why you need to get help. If you feel like you have to constantly stay in pain, constantly stay in a relationship that is constantly dogging you, constantly making you feel bad, constantly questioning yourself, constantly making you feel guilty, all those type of things, you have to get help. That's why I say a lot of these things go back to mental health issues that we are failing to recognize, and that's the problem. So back to what I was saying, because I kind of got on a little tangent though. But back to what I was saying, boundaries have to be set in a relationship. That person has to know that there are some things that you cannot do in a relationship. Those are boundaries. Okay, we're in a relationship. What do you not like that I do, that you don't think that you can deal with? Okay, I don't like the fact that you go out and stay to 2 in the morning. Okay, what can I do about that? You cannot go out and stay out to 2 in the morning. Well, can what about 11 or 12? Can you deal with that? You have to kind of work these things out with each other, but you can't overstep the boundaries. There has to be consequences for even overstepping the boundaries.
Mm, yeah. You know what I used to say? I used to be like, marriage is just agreeing to accept someone for their ugliness.
Oh,
Like just the good, the bad. Like when you marry somebody, you really just take everything on and you
yeah.
really seeing the real person a lot of times, or most of the time. That's what marriage, you see the real them. So all that, they leave their socks on the floor, or they a farter, they don't
Hmm.
clean, they, she got a little bald spot on her head or something like that, and
Yeah.
she take off her wig and you love her anyway for the little bald spot, stuff like that.
You when you get into a relationship, and when you cross that threshold of serious engagement and marriage, it's unconditional love. It's unconditional love. No matter what flaws they had, you said, you know what, I can look past those flaws. I love them for who they are, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I don't care what anyone else says, and you just love them, and it's unconditional. You don't marry a person because they can wear the best makeup, because
Yeah.
when they go to bed, every woman takes that makeup off, so you got to be able to see them. And then, not to mention, if they wear, extensions and stuff, at some point they gonna take those extensions off.
Yeah. These
you
girls
know
nowadays, boy, they, let me tell you something. The makeup, the eyelashes, the fake eyebrows, the hair, the filters.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely gotta see them in that natural state. You don't know what you
I,
getting out here.
and that's yeah, you're right, you have to be careful, when you're dating. You have a preference, you have a certain group of individuals that you like, that's your taste, you know what you're looking for, and you just have to, be patient, and be diligent to yourself, and keep looking.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that we understand that, though, relationships are not easy, and they're not hard. You just have to find a balance. You
Mm,
have to be able to adjust, because through the years you will change for sure, and they will change as well. So you have to be able to adjust, and you can't get bent out of shape about it. You can't be, losing your cool. Self control is a very, very important part of a marriage, and you have to be able to do that, because if you're not careful, you overstep those boundaries, and when you overstep those boundaries, it becomes a problem, and you don't want to have issues. Conflict is sometimes hard to get over, and because you've hurt person so much that they don't want to even try anymore. So you definitely have to be careful with that. It's important that, and you have to understand, if you're not doing your homework, and you don't know Uncle Ray Ray, and you don't know Auntie Letitia, you ain't doing your job when it comes to dating,
mm,
or creating a serious relationship, because you need to know that family. You need to know what type of kid you're going to raise. If you had a kid with them, how that's going to affect them being around the family. You need to know all of that kind of stuff. So, do your homework. Do your homework, because relationships can be hard, and they can be easy, but know that there are consequences behind our decisions, what we decide to do, how we decide to handle things. But at the end of the day, as human beings, as people in relationships, we have no right to put our emotions onto another person. We have to deal with our own issues, own problems, own emotions. Now, you can have support. It's great to have support, but you got to do the work. At the end of the day, if you walk into any counselor's office, they're going to tell you that you have to do the work. I'm just here along for the ride. I'm here to help guide you, here to help challenge you, and hopefully we can get you to that point. But if you can't, you got to be able to manage your day to day functioning. And so it's important that we do that. Mental health is very important, and it's not just for the individual. Again, the individual make the collective better, and we have to make sure that we're focused on that. Um, so as we get ready to get up out of here, I do want to say this. that everybody is not meant to be married, and everybody is not meant to be alone. So be careful on how you enter into relationships and how you enter into marriage. Make sure that you guys have a common goal. Make sure that you guys can be on the same page. And as for me, what established me was being able to have something central to my relationship. And what was central to my relationship was God. God was that one thing that was stable in my life. That was the one thing that my wife and I both could definitely agree on and not have any arguments or a fight. So if you have a higher power, whatever you believe in, trust that process, trust that being, because at the end of the day, when everything else fails, you're going to have to hold on to something.
Mm.
So I just, I want to thank everybody for joining us at this episode on addressing mental health and relationships and marriages. I know Jalil's single, but someday he will be married, right? Or in a serious relationship, right? You just smiling. You don't want to
I
answer
don't
that?
know. Yes, yes. One day, yes, I would like to be in a relationship, and yes, I would like to be married one day.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes,
That's what I'm talking about. But
yes.
yeah. So just keying up for the next episode. We're coming up on Father's Day. As we end Mental Health Month here, we're coming up on Father's Day. And I got a special guest that's coming through on for Father's Day. And Jalil and I are going to get a little bit serious, a little bit more serious about this Father's Day thing, because I tell you what, we got a great responsibility as a father and as men. So get ready for that episode coming up very soon in the next week or so. We're gonna have that episode. So, Jaleel, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
Man, as a fatherless child, I'm not ready for them episodes at all.
Well, you and I both, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. Everybody has to deal with some issues and some things that they're not proud of. But at the end of the day, hey, let's just deal with it and let's keep it moving. Like I always say, we always have the opportunity and an ability to change everything, any situation that we're in, if we keep focused on what we can change. So I just thank you guys for tuning in. Mentality Unchained. See you later. Bye.